Hey guys, we're going to be working with Photopea this week to learn how to edit different images and like merge them together, which is a powerful tool that graphic designers use, especially like in movie posters, book covers, for like TV ads. You see a lot of like photographs that are merged together and edited. So that's what we're going to be playing around with today, and then later doing a project with. So we're using Photopea again. So I'm going to make a file new, which means I'm going to have a new document. I'm going to change my size to inches. And for today, why don't we do, I'm going to do the size of a piece of copy paper in case I wanted to print it. So I'm just going to do 8.5 by 11. Okay. So obviously you need some images to add in. I happen to already have 3 saved just because I already know what I'm doing for my project. But again, you're just playing around at this point. So really, I'm not picky about like, what images you choose to play around with. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Open, and Place, and that is going to allow me to put it in my pictures. Now you want to have your pictures already saved in your drive, and I do. Those are my 3. So I'm going to open the main character, and then I'm going to open, let's see, I have like a theater scene, the crowd, and also one with emails being sent. So these are important to my story. I'm working on like a book cover or a movie poster because this is both a book and a movie for Simon and the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is a book I just read. So anyway, these 3 images relate to that. Okay, so you should be able to see in your layers here your 3 different images, and they are what I named them in my drive. So Simon, crowd, and sending email. Okay, so it's really important that whenever you're wanting to edit a certain image that you highlight it, and you can also eyeball off of the other images if it makes it easier for you to work on that image. So I'm going to click on this arrow and transform controls so that I can change the size of this image. Simon's my main character, so I'm going to make him bigger, which again, this is not important for just playing around, but I'm just kind of talking through my process here. Okay, so I want him to fill up the scene. Enter. Cool. Okay, so there's Simon. So I'm still clicked on that layer, so I could still make more changes if I want to. Some things you might want to play around with: image adjustments. You can make your image, like basic photo editing stuff. So like improve your brightness, your contrast, the exposure. You can change how bright something is, change it to black and white. Photo filters help you change like your warmth. So for example, right now, if you click on this, it's like an orange color, but I could make it kind of like a bluish cast as well, which would make it look kind of like a cool color. And I can adjust, how much I want to do that. But sometimes that can kind of change the vibe of something. So I'm gonna keep that there. Okay. So those are all helpful. Another thing I might want to do is play around with my filters. So I can create some different like styles and effects in here, all throughout here, or I could go like to my filter gallery and play around with some different things I have going there. That one's kind of extreme. You can scroll down and, see some of the other things. I'm just going to do like angled strokes, something kind of simple, maybe so it almost looks like it's drawn. And I can adjust over here and kind of play around with it till I am happy with it. Or if I don't like it, I can just click out of it. Sorry, my Chromebook is going kind of slow today. There we go. So it's kind of like a little bit distorted. So I don't know. I'm just going to roll with that for the video, but you can, choose what you like and hit OK. Awesome. Oh no, come back. Okay, there we go. Cool. So I also mentioned I had these other images. So once I have them in there, I'm wanting to think about how they're going to interact together. So one of my other images is of this crowd, right? So I'm going to eyeball that back on. So I kind of wanted it to look like Simon was on display because he's this high school student and he kind of like he's struggling with coming out. And so he kind of feels like everyone's watching him and all of these things, are happening on social media. And he feels like high school's kind of like a stage sometimes. You kind of feel like everyone's watching you. Also, he's in drama. So I felt like that made sense. So I kind of want it to look like he is on the stage. So I'm going to make this bigger so it almost like frames Simon. There we go. Cool. Okay, but part of the problem here is now I have Simon behind this. So I want to be able to see Simon for sure. So one trick I can do is this opacity adjuster. So I can make the first image kind of see-through so we can still kind of see Simon. I like that, but I also kind of want to like erase some of this so I can see him better. So I'm going to use my eraser tool and I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm also going to make the edges really soft so that I don't have to be quite as careful. I can kind of just soften this part out a little bit. So I'm going to make the hardness of this really low so that instead of a hard edge, I get kind of like almost like an airbrushed. Okay, it's asking me to rasterize. That just means, can I change it to like a JPEG? Yes. Okay, there we go. So I'm kind of like deleting the screen here and letting Simon's picture show through, almost like they're like just watching him on a screen. Cool. I like that better. Okay, now I think I still am going to do and I would probably go in there like with a smaller brush size and, do a better job getting rid of some of this part. But for now, I'm going to go with that. And I think I'm still going to adjust the opacity just because I want those images to blend together a little bit. Definitely need to go back in there, but that's okay. Okay, so I have that going on. Cool. And then my other part was the email. Okay. So I definitely want like this part, but I don't really know that I want like the background so much. I definitely don't want all that color. So I'm going to go to image adjustments. Again, make sure you're on the right layer. I'm going to take it to black and white just to get rid of all that color that I really don't want. And I think I'm going to use my eraser tool again. Oh, it's asking me to rasterize. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to use that eraser tool again and just get rid of some of these parts that I don't want so that the images can blur together a little bit better. Because again, we talked about the emails are important, like the communication between him and this other boy. Okay, so I like that. Not loving where it is though, definitely need to move it. So I'm going to use my arrow tool and put it down. I think I'm going to put it down here, but I also want the emails to kind of to be like floating up. Cool. Yes, like that, I think. But I also then need it to be more see-through so it doesn't overtake my other images. Yeah, like that. So anyway, there's still things that I would, probably play around and do with this, but you're starting to get the idea. So you're definitely wanting to play around with your like image adjustments and these things in here. Definitely wanting to take a look at like your photo filter gallery and some of these filter effects in here. You've got wrong thing. You've got your eraser tool and also background eraser is a fabulous tool you might want to play around with a little bit too. So all of those things are going to be really helpful to us, and the other thing I showed you guys was that new fill layer. So you can go to layer, new fill layer to create like a different background color or even like a gradient if you wanted to. So again, we're not really worried about making a finished project for this time. We're just kind of playing around with some of these tools that we're learning and just kind of getting comfortable so that we can make a project a little bit later in the week. So anyway, have fun with it. Feel free to email if you have, questions or, even come in during remote if you, just want some guided help. That's totally cool. So I will talk to you guys later.